So we were talking before, and Sean was saying like what he would recommend for like new agents to kind of start doing, right? Consistently, like on the socials, out on the field. You know, we talked about door knocking and everything else, right? You've been doing this now for, like you said, like 3 years. How does the virality now, like everyone wants to go viral, right? Everyone wants a million views. Everybody wants all the comments and everything else. But like you're in the thick of it right now. Why don't you tell everybody like what it's really like to like have all these messages that you can't get to, and like sometimes it's like you're trying to reach out to everybody, but like everybody wants virality until they get it, and all of a sudden you're like, dude, I am overwhelmed with all the support, and you love, and it's great, and it's awesome, but you're trying to get to everybody because you want everybody to feel special. So like, why don't you talk a little bit about like that feeling and what's going on your end?
Yeah, it's definitely overwhelming for sure. Like you have to, no, you can't prepare for it because you don't know when it's gonna happen, but you have to get ready, stay ready, so when that time does come, you're already ready for it. But I will say, continue to work on your goal, know your why, know your plan for when that time happens. It doesn't shock you, and you're already prepared to leverage on it. You're ready to have an ROI on it. I lost my train of thought. What was the question? The
virality. Like how has this journey been for you? Because this hasn't been the first time for you. You know what I mean? So like you've kind of had now a couple of different experiences. So like kind of talk to people on that end. What is it like? You know, if you want to talk about both experiences again, kind of like, hey, the first time and then this time. You know, just give people like a little inside scoop, because not everybody, like I said, not everybody gets a million views on multiple channels, let alone just one channel.
Yeah.
So give somebody like the behind the scenes of what that's like. And
okay. So make sure you include what I said first, because that's important. You know, you have to get ready to stay ready. The first time I went viral, it was more of a personal thing for me, so I definitely was not prepared for it. You know, social media for me, especially, which again, I started really focusing on social media for the real estate. You know, they always say contact your sphere, you know, reach out to everyone that you know. And I'm like, I'm not fucking sitting there cold calling. I'm not doing that. You know, that if it works for you, do it. But I already knew, I just didn't have the time for it. So I said, what can I do so that people can come and contact me? And that's when I really started focusing on the content and all that stuff. So as far as going viral, like I said, just start working on your plan. Know what it is, what the point of what you're doing is. Like, what's your why? So when that time does come, you're already prepared for it. But it is overwhelming, feels good, but just you have to know how to leverage it, because going viral, you don't make money. Like, it doesn't work that way.
You said that earlier. Going viral does not mean that you're going to make any money from it.
Everyone's like, I'm not rich. The poor Uber driver is like, he texted me last night.
Yeah?
He's like, everyone I know at this point. He's like, my neighbor came over 4 times because so many people are sending it to the neighbor. And they're like, even the neighbor's becoming a celebrity.
Nice.
You know,
nice.
Like Palm Springs is so small. Yeah. So I'm like, this poor man, and people are calling him, asking him for money. I'm like, you don't make money going viral like that. Like, you have to leverage it.
Yeah.
But it is a definite, and if you're not prepared for it, you will crash out. You will feel very extremely overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. So just understand that when you enter this world in social media, you do have to have thick skin.
Yeah, and we also said going viral isn't always a positive too, because you do get those haters in the comments.
Listen.
So I asked Sean that. We asked Sean, like, how do you deal with like the negative stuff that's in there? Because it's like, what do you know? Like, how do you blah blah blah?
Yeah,
there's always negative.
So
people.
The first time I went viral, it was Spain. I tell you, I went viral in every country. Name a country, we were there. And Spain would have to have been like the most brutal country. Like, really? We were getting death threats. They were going on my kids' pages. It was like, because of the dog was in the cage.
Oh, okay.
And it fucked with me. It fucked with me for about a week. I'm just like, I don't know if I can handle this social media world with all this criticism, and then you start questioning yourself. And it was probably like after the 4th or 5th day, I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, my dog's name is Khaleesi. I'm like, Khaleesi, are you, mistreated? And she's like looking at me. I'm like, listen, guys, this is Khaleesi, and she loves her fucking cage. She asks to, be put in her page. And after I realized, I'm like, I don't know these people. Like, why do I have to sit here and explain myself to people? Although I told Spain, I said, take it down.
Oh, really?
Every news outlet in Spain, I'm like, take this down. I'm not going into Spain. Maybe now because it's been a few years.
Yeah.
But it does fuck with you. I'm not gonna lie, the first 3-4 months. But I think you have to go through that first sting, and then afterwards you'll be fine.
Yeah. By the way, like, this is Long Island, where, like, if we go out to a steak dinner, we bring home those leftovers to our doggies sometimes. So, like, these filet mignon sometimes, guys. Like,
they eat good.
Yeah, dogs wouldn't even bite their food, basically.
Yeah, like, come on, bro.
Like,
Relax.
Skittles and bits? What is
Relax. Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Ocean pets is funny.
Yeah. So here's another question.
Oh.
He wanted like kind of like a question segment, so now I'm just coming up with stuff.
Sure.
But like, here's another question. At what moment, what happened? Where were you? What room was it when you're like, whoa, this social media thing is working? Like, was there something? Was it a post? Was it a person? Like, what? Like, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes there's like these like little moments that people don't realize that you're just like, whoa, okay, this is kind of cool. This could really be a thing, even if just.
You know what? It was probably yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I will say, I think it was yesterday. When I had a Zoom meeting with Meta.
Okay.
And I think that, everything that's been happening up to this point has been great. Like, I'm so grateful because of social media. I've gotten so many collaborations that I wouldn't even think of, and it's great. But I think that, when Meta reached out to have a Zoom with me, and I asked them, I said, why, what made you choose me? And their response is they kind of like run it through a system or somehow. And my page came up, and once they started looking through my content, they liked it. So they wanted to sit down and speak to me. And I think that was my, like, I'm chipping away at it. It was like, I'm making it. It's happening. Yeah. So I would have to say that was probably
That was
the moment for me.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think mine was a little bit different because I'm more into the real estate space of it. And I've always got attention from people reaching out, all that type of stuff. But I remember I was driving to an event in Jersey, and don't do this, I was looking at my socials and driving at the same time. But anyway, I got a DM from someone, and I actually sold her a house. Shout out to her. I'm not gonna say her name, but she sent me this long, detailed DM. Like, I found you on social media. This is what I'm looking for. My price point is this. My credit is this. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, this is exactly what I wanted. Like, I didn't want to, like you saying, like Colleen Spear. Like, I've done all of that starting out because I had no choice. We were talking about that. I was door knocking in the summer, 100-degree weather with my broker. He's in a 2-piece suit, and I'm like, this is not for me, bro. Right. This ain't for me. You got just random people inviting me to their house. I remember one random guy invited us in. I stood by the door the whole time. I'm like, nah, bro. Anyway, that's what I wanted. Like, I wanted to cultivate my own sphere, my own group of people to, like, come to me. And that's when it happened. That's when it clicked. And I remember I went out with her after we closed, and that's when I met her parents for the first time. And my mother, the sweetest people in the world, they were like, my daughter was coming home bragging about you. She was like, this guy is great. He's on social media. He has his podcast. She was like, yo, I've never seen her so excited to, like, meet someone and work with someone. And I'm like, this is exactly.
Right, that's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And just to piggyback off of that, that's another aha moment for me that in sharing my story and everything and my ups and downs, I keep it as raw as I can. I'm an open book.
Yeah.
People reach out to say thank you because my story has helped them. And obviously that is really, little did I know, was the reward of social media, is how I can help
It was the purpose. Like
it was
you
the purpose.
said it took you a while to figure. Like, do you feel like you were just posting just to post at one point without any like clear direction for it?
Absolutely. I was that, you know, just to go back to what I was saying with the Amazon, I just kept posting, didn't know where the fuck it was going. Mm-hmm. You know, I just kept posting and posting, but as I kept posting, it started clicking for me.
Yeah.
And once it starts clicking, and then once I start sharing my story, and I mean, inundated with so many messages after, you know, once I filed for divorce, it's like, oh my God. You know, they looked up to me to, oh my God, I'm about to become a wife. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, you know, I had that crowd. Like, she can find a husband, like, we can too. And then it was the crowd like, she stood up for herself. She spoke up. She wasn't afraid. She has no plan, you know. Yeah. Then it was that community. So you definitely build your community and a support system. Yeah. And I'm huge on just finding your community. You know, associate yourself, whoever fills you and is very purposeful, and attracts you, just keep going down that way.
Yeah, people love the stories, so just tell your story. That's how I look at it.
So, Waller, I've gone viral, as have you.
You know, I do what I do.
I'm done.
This is what I do, you know.
So what was that feeling for you? Well, the first time one of your videos gone viral?
The first one was interesting because I wasn't expecting that to go viral at all. Again, we've been doing this forever, right? And we always chase that viral moment. I would get like a few thousand views here, a few thousand views here. And I remember I was actually headed, where was I going? I think to the Poconos or something. I was going somewhere, and I saw an interesting article on my way driving there. I'm like, all right, this is a cool article. It was about the building in East New York that was selling. That sold for like $1 billion. And I'm like, oh, this is dope. I know this building. Let me just do like a green screen of it. Did the green screen, left it alone, didn't even worry about it. And it was like off the cuff. Hour later, phone, like notifications going. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell's going on? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, all right, cool. It was like 2,000 views. 20 minutes later, 5,000 views. 10,000 views. I'm like, yo. Now the comments is going crazy. And I was saying that too. You had some people like, he don't know what he's talking about. It didn't sell for $1 billion. No way somebody would buy that for $1 billion. So now I'm fighting with the people in the I'm like, it's an article. Literally. How you telling me the article is lying? So and to go back to I was fighting with them. If you look at the comments, I was going back and forth like, dumbass. It's in the article. Like, I'm reading the article, but it took me like 3 days to be like, all right, Sean, stop fighting with them. And now you got other people in the article fighting about it. It was funny. But that video was my most viral one. And let me look at where it's at now. Because that video actually still goes too. It's crazy. That video did 413,000 views. Look at that. 25,000 shares, bunch of retweets, likes, everything. All of a green screen. All of a green screen video.
And all of your green screens kind of hit.
All of them hit. I had another one that built the building in Hempstead. Yeah. So we actually got. I
used to live there.
You used to live there.
That's where I lived. That's where I lived when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh, he was telling me.
It's crazy. And then I had news. Long
Island Press.
Long Island Press reached out to me. He's like, yo, we want to start doing more collabs with you. The Long Island Wise guy hit me up on TikTok. Was like, yo, can I share this on my page? I collab with you. Mm-hmm.
So the point is, just keep going.
You have to.
You keep trying it, you know, and if it works, that's why I'm like, keep doing green screens.
Keep doing it, yeah.
You know, if it works, then keep
chopping at it.
Keep chopping at it, you know, but you won't know until you try.
Last January, so that's 2024, and I started doing content in 2020. So the first viral moment was 4 years later.
Right. Yeah. So my first viral moment was 2021 was my first viral video, and now today's 2026.
2026, so it's 5 years.
So 5 years later, my next viral video. You know what I mean? So on all 3 platforms, not just one.
Yeah. Why don't you guys also talk about, because I think when people think of the virality of a video, they think it happens and it's like the one day you go viral and that's it. But like, it carries. Like you were just saying, like it carries for a while. Like sometimes it's like 3, 4, 5 months and that video is still getting views, it's still getting likes, it's still getting comments, people are still fighting it, people are still... What is that?
Last night, I was just like, it's been 5 weeks and the video's still going viral. Also on my son's page, hold on, let me tell you, I repurpose. Don't be afraid to repurpose. My son has an Instagram page, which I've been neglecting.
Well, break it down what repurpose is. You may have people that don't even know.
Oh, repurpose is if you posted a video, let's say like a year ago, and it didn't do so well, repurpose that video, repost it again. You know, like I'm like one day I'm like shit. I haven't posted anything on his page, so I'm like, let me just go back and do like a throwback baby video of him. That video is almost at 600,000 views.
That's crazy.
And I went and posted it on his Instagram, and then like I didn't go back on it for a week. I'm like, what are all these new followers he has?
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to repurpose, because you know if it didn't work the first time, chances are it's gonna work the second time.
Well, everyone has such a short attention span. Anyway, most people don't even know it's a repurposed video.
Exactly. They're not gonna remember what you posted
Yeah.
a month ago.
Yeah.
You know?
2 days ago. It takes a while, yeah.
And I think that I even told you, I think I repurposed a video. Oh, I repurposed one of my videos. I shot it last March and I posted it probably like 3-4 months ago, but I changed the caption. I changed the caption. Be intentional with your captions. Be more storytelling. What are you offering them? What information are you telling them, rather?
And I think a lot of people think social media is only like TikTok, Instagram, and all that stuff. I even give you examples with that stuff all the time. If you go on Netflix, they change their thumbnails all the time for a movie.
I started doing
it
that.
always looks like a new movie every time you're on it. You're like, wait, oh, then you read the title, oh, I watched that already. So even change the thumbnails every once in a while. If you do repurpose it, just change the thumbnail on it.
Yeah, and change the caption.
And change the caption, yeah. Because the people that followed you last month, you're going to have a whole new group of people that have never seen any of those videos. Because a lot of people just don't scroll back. A lot of people don't go that far back.
And listen, and if you don't want to post on your grid, post on your stories. Do you know, for 4 years, and he's finally getting it.
I'm here. I can hear you.
Oh, I'm just like, dude, can you at least post something on your story? Like, you're stressing me out. Post on your story.
It's tiring, man. It's a job.
Rule of thumb.
Listen, we recently saw Gary Vee, and Gary Vee made a really good point. He said we probably have 5 to 7 years left of this all being free.
Yeah.
Because they're going to start charging us at some point. Because Meta wants to make their money. They all want to make their money at some point. So these platforms may not be free forever.
Yes, so take advantage of you
And build
guys.
your brand. Focus on your brand.
Who said that? I think Donald Miller said that.
Donald Miller said that. Yeah.
Donald Miller said, focus on the marketing,
Yes, not the brand.
not the brand.
Not the brand. Yeah. So if Donald Miller is an author. I read his book a while ago, but then he just repurposed it. It's called story brand building, something like that. I could be saying it totally wrong. But
Building the Brand 2.0.
Yeah. Great book. And he talks a lot about building your brand through your story. So if you pay attention, I'm a big Nike guy. Nike does a lot when it comes to stories. Like if you pay attention to their rollouts, their Jordans, their Air Force Ones, these are all old sneakers that they just put a new spin to. So the Nigels. So Nigels put out the red bricks. They're basically the Jordan, I'm gonna mix the number up, but they're basically a pair of Jordans that are just all red. Nigel is he rides bikes, he's a biker. But he put out these red kicks and he had a whole story about him. The red is about the brick streets that he used to ride on. So everything should just have a story. You should have a story. Figure out what your story is. Make that a part of your brand and your marketing. Focus on it. Go 10 toes deep on it. And that's how you really build something that lasts longevity.
Yeah, and the story part, just to piggyback, I read something I think yesterday, and it said that post that you didn't want to post today may be something that someone needed to hear.
That's a bar.
That's a bar.
That's a bar. Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like at this point, and listen, you do get burnt out. You know, you do get social media burnt out, and
it's okay to take a break.
Yeah.
I know she's on. Sometimes you have to disconnect.
Yeah.
You mentally have to.
My meltdowns is because I don't disconnect. Like last night, I was on the laptop till like midnight. This morning, I'm like, get up, go to the gym, disconnect. But I feel like at this point, everyone, it's like the Cardi B. I call it the Cardi B formula.
Okay.
You know, Cardi B started doing her lives on Instagram, making her salads, believing in herself, started, let's just say, in a conference room performing. You know what I mean? Like in a club performing, at a bar performing. And it was like the Rudy story, that everyone's rooting for her. You know, everyone knows the Rudy story, right? Am I aging myself?
Yeah, you're aging always. Thanks.
Watch the movie Rudy. It's a classic. But it's like
From the
Rudy.
1900s. Came out in the 1900s. That's what the kids say.
But it's like the Rudy story. So I just feel like at this point I just owe it to my crew to just like.
Everyone loves an underdog.
Everyone loves an underdog.
Always win. Always.
Yeah.
Especially Cardi. Cardi was her authentic self. She still is.
And she still
That's
is.
why people love her. She's not polished. She doesn't want to be polished. She's Cardi, and she's smart. If you listen to Cardi, she's actually really smart. You can tell that she pays attention to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And the content is great, but if you are a real estate agent, you got to learn your business. Like, you can't just get stuck on the content. I see a lot of people that are like that, and they do a lot of great content, a lot of great numbers, and you look at their sales numbers, and they're not making no money. They're just content creators. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it goes back to what you guys were saying. It's and back to when you first started doing real estate. This business is marketing. Real estate is marketing.
Yeah.
And it's attention, and it's where we're getting the attention from. And right now, like you said, it's free to go on social media and market. Back in the day, if you were the only agent with that billboard on that one spot, you weren't giving it up, so nobody else could get that cool billboard, and everyone thought you were the man.
Yeah.
Now, social media makes you the man, right? But marketing is ultimately what it really is. Like, we call it social media, content creating, branding. At the end of the day, Marilyn, like you said, it's marketing.
It's marketing.
It's marketing. So
and you have to pay attention when
how do you
marketing
market
is going
yourself?
too, and audit your marketing, audit your social media,
Audit the marketing.
What's working?
Yeah.
What worked? All right, this worked. Let me continue to do this instead of just throwing everything on the wall. You have to use it as a whatever word I'm looking for, but audit it. If it's working, it's working. There's stuff that doesn't work. Your audience doesn't want to see that.
Right.
So why do it if they don't want to see it?
Right. So we've talked a little bit about the social media stuff, right? Where it's like, hey, this is free. You can put it out there. You can do all that stuff. Why don't we talk a little bit about some stuff that is paid that you guys also do as real estate agents? That once you do start making, let's say, a couple bucks, what's something that you do that's a little bit, of a thing, like you give a cutting board to the sellers or the buyer, whatever. You know what I mean? What is it that the Waller team that you guys like to do, or that's something that you guys have done in the past, or something like that?
Well,
the
Waller team is based on experience, right? It's based on experience. It's based on giving people that concierge top quality service. That's always what I've been about. You may see me, I'm dressed down a little bit. I'm not the most button-up guy, but my business is super buttoned up. I'm very intentional with what I do. I do a lot of follow-up. My clients are literally like my family. There's not one person that I've sold a house to, sold their home, that I cannot call them and they can not speak to me like I'm their family. Like, literally. I'm invited to weddings, baby showers, whatever you want, whatever it is, I'm invited to. But monthly, I make sure I keep a contact with them. This business is all about just keeping in contact with people. It's all about those touches. I learned from the old school, gritty real estate agents that still do the most boring shit that works. I send mailers every month. I pop by with different items quarterly. I was, and people love it, and I document it all as well, especially my Popeyes. So I recently,
look what I have in my bag.
Yeah, see, we keep note cards, and we don't use those. We brand everything. over
These are
here.
so cute. Excuse me.
We brand everything over here. Oh, I don't have the one. You like that
Look
one?
how cute. Now say sorry.
Sorry, I don't have my branded, but everything should
It
be
was
branded.
just an example.
It's just an example, but everything should be branded as well. So
You write hand notes and just say thank you.
as a thank you,
that's the hard thing, right?
that's the hard thing. Yeah, that's the boring stuff.
That's the boring stuff.
Every
right?
time I have a conversation with someone, I write them a personal note just to thank them for having the conversation. If we sit down together and they give me game, talk about the game that they gave you, like show appreciation to people. Quarterly, I do something where I drop by my clients with a little gift. I did mums for the fall, which was a huge hit. I went all the way out to Riverhead. So Riverhead is like an hour from us. Threw all of these mums in the back of my truck, dropped them off to 80 of my clients, and they all loved it. One, they loved it because it's a thoughtful gift. Who doesn't love mums in the fall, right? Who's not going to repost that on their socials? So they start reposting it. Their friends start to see it. They're like, I want to work with that guy. I thought that guy, and one of my clients even said that to me. He's like, they reposted something. They was like, didn't he sell you that house like 7 years ago? And she was like, yeah, but he contacts me every other month. He drops off something every quarter. That's my guy for life. And then those friends reach out to me too. So it's all about just building my own community, literally. I'm not chasing nobody else's clients. You probably, and I don't, not what you can't steal mine because they love me and they know they can't go anywhere. So
I don't think people talk about the referral business as much. Like the referral business in this game is
clutch,
insane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like as you'll get a phone call and then like 5 years, 10 years later, it's like, hey, Sean, and you're like, hey, you know, whatever. And like that's the part that I feel like people forget.
That's the part. Listen, I'm closing one on Tuesday, and that was a referral from a past client. It's one of their good friends. They saw the same way that I treated them throughout the whole process. Their friend called me. Everyone, they felt comfortable with me. I don't have to sell myself. That's the worst feeling in the world for me. To sit down at someone's kitchen table and feel like that I'm begging for business.
Yeah.
That shit sucks. You know what I mean? And because when people, I feel like when they have their guard up, they're going to have their guard up with you the whole way through. They're never going to trust you. They're going to always think you're trying to get something over on them.
Just your white shirts over your one. You want to like?
Oh, my zipper was down.
Nah, your zipper's good.
What is happening over there?
Yeah, no, I was trying to be subtle about it, and then it just did not come off subtle at all. I was like,
no, but that's the referral business is the best business in the world, man. I'm telling you, I haven't cold called anyone in 13 years. I'm not even interested in doing that.
So, just to give a little background as far as my real estate career.
Cards. You can't be showing other people's cards without showing a wallet team's
My real estate career, so I was a paralegal for 20 years and I had capped out at that job. And I'm like, I cannot die here. Like, what else is there? And let me see.
Wallet team, baby.
Oh, that's cute.
Everything's branded. These are cards. These are no cards. Everything's branded.
So I'm like, I cannot die here. And I don't know how I came across real estate or being an agent, whatever. I took the test and I failed it twice, only because I was pregnant.
I failed mine 3 times, by the way.
Oh, you did?
same excuse.
Yeah, I was pregnant.
You were pregnant too. I was pregnant, so when you go and take the test, you can't get up to pee. So I'm like, this isn't gonna work. So I could not concentrate. But in any event, I passed the test, and I think it, like right after COVID, during COVID, 2020, I passed my test. And then 2021, I got pregnant. So I'm like, when I get my license, I'm gonna sell $1 million homes. Well, my buyer, I did sell. It was $950, my first buyer, which was my chiropractor at the time. Because I was telling my nail tech, my chiropractor, my hair lady. I was telling everybody, I'm an agent. And my chiropractor, hired me. So got her a nice, beautiful townhouse in Mount Sinai for $950, whatever. So I really was like in and out of real estate because everything that I was going through personally. But every time like I put one foot back into real estate, I always got a deal. So then when I met Sean, obviously he's seasoned. While he calls me his brand ambassador, he is my real estate agent. So when I called him last year, I'm like, all right, I'm coming back full time. He's like, yeah, okay. Well, you need to work. I need a deal. And 2 weeks later, I'm like, I got a deal, He's like, all right, this girl's not playing, she's not fucking around. So while I do handle a lot of the content and brand and team building of the Waller team, I am still a student to the real estate game. And even those little things, he's on top of me when it comes to writing the personal notes, the mailers. And I am getting a lot of like contacts and stuff. So we did close in December. So the Waller effect, the Sean Waller effect, when it comes to going back to your basics, and he is very huge on the communication. That's very important, and I see how effective it is.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
It's part of the brand, man.
Nice.
It really is. I pay attention to the old, like I said, I pay attention to a lot of the old school agents, and they would tell you the basics always work. The basics never go out of style, but put your own twist to it. I bring a modern twist to it, and I add the content.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just stuck on just doing the basic part of it, which is cool. Like that's what they want to do. That's what they do. But I always said to myself, and I even said this in the when we talked to the kids. Even when I got my license 14 years ago and there was no social media, I was like, I still want to be, I never wanted to be like the top agent because that shit is exhausting. I never want to do that. But I always want to be an effective person that I have people coming directly to me for business. When I'm out, people know who I am. Like I'm visible to them. And I'm just call a spade a spade. I'm black, right? And I remember I didn't have a lot of mentors that looked like me back then at all. If they did look like you, they weren't sharing anything with you because it was such a small community of like listings and just business in general. They felt like if they gave you information, you were going to steal it from them. It was very tight knit back then. Like people wouldn't even leave a file on a desk. Like
now they're trying to take the information.
it comes full circle.
They want the sauce.
Listen, it's like getting grandma's recipe. You can get the recipe, but it's never going to taste like grandma's cooking. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that love that grandma puts in there, you can't duplicate.
You cannot duplicate it.
Can't duplicate it. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys, some parting words before you guys get back to business for today.
Parting words, man. And I say it all the time, be yourself. Be your authentic self. Study the business. Information is currency. For real. Like if you know what the hell you're talking about, you know how to articulate that in a certain way, but while being you while you're doing it and being consistent as you're doing it, you will get the business from it. It takes a while.
Cool.
It takes a while.
And what are you guys excited for Q2? Now that we're closing out Q1, what are we excited for?
Brand ambassador.
Oh.
Growth, expansion, networking events.
Nice.
Bigger events.
Nice. Are we seeing another pop-up from you this quarter or next quarter? When are we seeing one?
Q3.
Q3 is the
Q3, another pop-up / meet and greet is definitely happening.
So Q2, we're going to be recording some content and promoting it then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
Cool. All right, so I'm excited. Q2, here we go.
Q2's
Let's go, man. Q2's the spring. This is going to be fun.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.